Everything was supposed to be perfect. Georgia was finally getting her dream wedding. Paul, the mayor, stood proudly at the altar. Ginny wore a smile she hadn't shown in weeks. Even Austin, the youngest and most confused member of the Miller family, looked like a kid ready for a new chapter. But then, just as Georgia said her vows, the police walked in and everything shattered. Georgia was arrested in front of her husband, her children, and an entire crowd of wedding guests. The charge: the murder of Tom Fuller. That's right, the man who was dying slowly, the man whose wife, Cynthia, had become strangely close to Georgia. Many fans had their suspicions about what really happened in that hospital room. Now, it's confirmed. Georgia smothered Tom to death. And season 4 begins with that deadly truth. Ginny had just started to understand her mother. She had finally let her back in, finally believed that Georgia was trying to protect them. But the look on her face when the police pulled her mom away said everything's shock, betrayal, and fear. This wasn't just a mistake from Georgia's past. This was murder. And this time, she couldn't lie her way out of it. Back in season 3, we saw Ginny grow stronger, more independent, and more willing to speak the truth. She started therapy, faced her trauma, and tried to support her little brother while figuring out her messy relationship with Marcus. But everything she worked for could fall apart now. How do you move on when your mother is going to trial for killing someone? Meanwhile, Paul, Georgia's new husband and the town's mayor, was left completely broken. One minute, he was holding her hands and promising forever. The next, he was watching her get taken away in handcuffs. His political future ruined, his trust shattered. But the real question is, does he still love her? And can he forgive her for keeping such a deadly secret? Then there's Austin. Small, confused, and caught in the middle of it all. He saw Georgia kill Tom. He witnessed it with his own eyes, even whispered, "I didn't tell anyone," after the arrest. The weight of that moment is huge. In season 4, this little boy might be forced to testify. Will he stay loyal to his mom, or will the court take him away too? Zion, Ginny's father, is another key player. He tried to step in, to be there for Ginny when Georgia was spiraling, but even he couldn't predict this level of destruction. Now, he's faced with choices: protect Ginny from the media storm, try to gain custody, or support Georgia even if she's guilty. Season 3 didn't just end with a twist. It ended with a collapse. Every relationship, every truth, every quiet moment of peace, the Millers tried to hold on to, gone in an instant. And what's worse, the past still isn't done with them. Georgia's secrets are bigger than one murder. Fans already know she's been hiding dark truths for years, running from town to town, changing identities, doing whatever it takes to survive. But in season 4, those secrets are finally catching up to her. The trial is just the beginning, and Ginny, she's about to find out that her mother was never the hero she wanted, or the monster she feared. She's something far more dangerous, someone who believes that love means doing anything, even killing, to protect it. Season 3 showed us how deep the bond is between mother and daughter. But now, season 4 is going to test it. Because when a family is built on lies, how do you know what's real? The trailer for Ginny and Georgia, season 4, wastes no time. It opens in silence, no music, no dialogue, just Georgia sitting alone in a cold courtroom, her wrists cuffed, her expression unreadable. The once powerful woman who charmed an entire town is now just another face in front of a judge. The camera zooms in slowly as we see a small tear slide down her cheek. Not from fear, not from guilt, but maybe from letting her children down. Then it cuts quickly to Ginny. She's walking through the high school hallway, and everyone's staring, whispering, filming. The news of Georgia's arrest has spread like wildfire. And now Ginny is the daughter of that woman? Her eyes look empty, like she's there, but not really present. The girl who once burned her arm just to feel something now has to carry the burden of a mother accused of murder. No teenage drama, no boy trouble, just survival. Suddenly, a scene flashes: Paul throwing a chair across his office. The calm, collected mayor has snapped. He's yelling into a phone, his voice shaking. "I didn't know. You think I'd marry a killer?" It's clear he's being questioned by city officials, probably even facing pressure to resign. In another fast clip, we see him burning something in a fireplace. Could it be evidence? Wedding photos? Or maybe Georgia's old journal? Then comes a heartbreaking moment: Austin, standing in his bedroom holding a toy gun, pointing it at the mirror, whispering to himself, "You protect the ones you love." The scene is chilling. this little boy has already seen more than most adults. And it looks like he's starting to copy George's way of dealing with danger. This one short moment speaks louder than words. He's learning from the only parent he really knows. And that's terrifying. The trailer then takes a sudden turn. A woman appears who we've never seen before, sharp suit, cold eyes, standing across from George's lawyer. Rumors say she's a new character, a state prosecutor from George's dark past. One who knew her real name, one who might have been chasing her for years. She says, "You've run long enough. Let's see if you can lie on the stand like you lie to your family." With just one line, the threat feels personal. Another scene flashes, Ginny sitting at a table with Marcus. He reaches out for her hand and she pulls away. "I can't love you right now," she says. The pain in her voice is heavy. Season 4 is not about romance. It's about broken people trying to hold on. And Ginny, she's barely holding on at all. Next, we see Zion stepping in. Firm and angry, he's talking to a social worker, trying to gain custody of Ginny and Austin. They need stability. They need to be far away from this. But Ginny, listening from the hallway, whispers, "I'm not running again." It seems like she's determined to face the storm even if she doesn't know how. Toward the end of the trailer, things speed up. Quick shots of Georgia crying in a cell, Ginny screaming into a pillow, Paul punching a wall, and Austin looking straight into the camera, whispering, "I didn't tell anyone." That one line repeats 3 times, as the screen fades to black dot and then just before the trailer ends, Georgia's voice cuts through the silence. "Everything I did for my children. I'd do it again." The final shot. A blurred courtroom sketch of Georgia on the stand. No jury reaction. No verdict. Just tension. This trailer doesn't just tease the season. It dares the audience to choose a side. Is Georgia a villain who masked her crimes behind motherly love? Or is she a desperate survivor, doing what she had to do to protect her kids in a cruel world? Season 4 isn't just continuing the story. It's tearing everything apart and asking us if we still care about putting the pieces back together. Asterisk if you thought the trailer was intense. The confirmed plot details and behind-the-scenes leaks for Ginny and Georgia's Season 4 take things even further. This isn't just a courtroom drama. This season is built like a ticking time bomb, emotions, secrets, and betrayals all waiting to explode. Let's start with what's officially confirmed. Season 4 picks up immediately after Georgia's arrest. There's no time jump, no slow build. The first episode starts with Georgia being processed at the police station, fingerprinted, and thrown into a holding cell. Her mugshot isn't just humiliating, it becomes the image splashed all over the news. The town of Wellsbury turns cold. The same people who once adored her are now calling her a killer. According to cast interviews and early press releases, Georgia will face serious legal battles. The murder charge isn't going away. And it's not just about Tom Fuller. Authorities are starting to dig deeper into Georgia's past marriages, suspicious deaths, and every city she left behind. Her entire life is being unwrapped like a dark mystery novel, page by page, secret by secret. Now, here's where it gets more intense. Leaked set photos and reports reveal a new character, Gabriel Cordova's sister. She's a private investigator, even more ruthless than he was, and she has one mission: take Georgia down. Sources say she finds a hidden box in one of Georgia's old houses. Inside, letters, a burner phone, and a name Georgia hoped no one would ever find: her real birth name. Yes, fans will finally learn who Georgia really is and where she came from. One confirmed plot thread involves Ginny finding Georgia's old diary hidden inside a loose floorboard. The diary includes stories Georgia told no one, not even Zion. From the way it's described, it's not just heartbreaking, it's disturbing. Abuse, escape, hustling, and choices no teenage girl should have had to make. Ginny will be faced with the full truth of her mother's trauma. But the big question is, will it make her feel closer to Georgia, or push her away forever? And speaking of, Zion's about to take on a much bigger role. According to leaks from the writer's room, Zion will begin fighting for full custody of Ginny and Austin. He believes Georgia's legal troubles make her unfit. But here's the twist: Paul doesn't agree. Despite everything, Paul still wants to keep the family together. Yes, even after learning the truth. This creates a shocking triangle: Paul versus Zion, both trying to claim a piece of a broken family. One of the biggest leaks, which hasn't been officially confirmed but is widely believed by fans, is that Austin might be called to testify. That little boy saw what happened to Tom Fuller. He watched his mom kill a man, and he's the only direct witness. Asterisk,